so that you can see my sweater being modeled. I am no model, but so you can see it being modeled. Hi friends. Oh my goodness, where do I even start? It has been so long since I have been here and recorded a video. Like, I'm not talking just a few weeks or a month or two. I think the last time I recorded a video was the end of May or maybe early June last year, 2023. So anyways, I don't know. No excuses really, other than life just got in the way. My mental health was down in the toilet, and I just had no desire to talk to anybody. So anyways, doing much better now. So let's get started. I'm Kat, in case you forgot, and I don't blame you. So this is my channel, 4 Hooks 4 Loves. You can also find me on Instagram or Ravelry as at 4 Hooks 4 Loves. And that's it. I'm not really on any other socials. To be honest, I haven't been on Instagram. I haven't posted anything on Instagram probably since about the same time as my last video. I don't even remember. It's just, I don't know. I'm just not finding the same excitement with it as I used to. I'm sorry for the noise. That is my child screaming. 1 minute. Sorry about that. Didn't get very far before I had to pause. But okay, so before I go any further, just a couple things. Back in the end of May, when I last recorded, I was doing a giveaway. And I am so sorry. I have to apologize because I didn't follow through with that for months and months and months. So I'm going to put up here the random name generator. You had good chances. There was only about 4 or maybe 5 people I think who entered, and I was giving away these little progress keepers that I made myself. So a little beaded sloth, a mushroom or a toadstool, and I don't know if you could see, there's a little heart in there. There it is. So I'll put up the little random generator wheel that I recorded it as I was doing it, and the winner was Heather, and I believe the full name is Heather Evertson, I think, if I remember correctly. I am going to put that down here at the bottom of the screen. And Heather, if you are watching, I know it's been a really long time. If you happen to catch this and you see your name there, just send me a message, like DM me on Instagram. That's really the best way. I'm not very good with email. I do have an email for this channel, 4hooks4loves@gmail.com. So if you try going through a DM on Instagram and I don't see it, or if you don't have Instagram, then send me an email, and I'll until I hear from you, I'll just try to check it every now and then. So just title it with giveaway winner in the subject line, I suppose. So there you go. Congrats, Heather. So I just wanted to get that out of the way. And the second thing I wanted to talk about was, so I've made, a lot of things, I think, for me in the time since I last recorded, but I don't want to go through everything in one video. And I thought about doing a what I made in 2023 video, but to be honest, I'm kind of over them. I don't really want to do one myself. I thought maybe if I had my act together at the beginning of January, I would have. But also another reason I don't really feel like doing that is because I haven't gone through each item. I want to be able to go through each item in a little bit more detail and well, whatever I can remember, because it's been so long, and for some of them I didn't really take very good notes, so I'm going off my memory. And then a lot of things. There was only about, so 1, 2, 3 garments, like 3 tops, and a shawl, and then a bunch of other little things: socks, fingerless gloves, a hat for my son, hat for my mom. I don't know, just a bunch of things like that. So I wasn't even going to show those anyways, to be honest, because they've been given away, and once I give them away, they're out of my mind. And unfortunately, I didn't take pictures of a lot of them before I gifted them, and I don't want to bother the people who I gave them to take pictures of them and send it to me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do, for the next few videos, just a video that focuses on one item, like one top that I made in more detail, and then maybe like one additional little thing that I have sitting up here. And then that's it. Because I want to try and keep them a little bit on the shorter side. And speaking of that, it's already like 4.5 minutes in, and I haven't started talking about what I'm wearing. So I am wearing the Diaphanous Raglan, and let me tell you, I cast this on at the end of December of 2022. I worked on it a lot through January of 2023, and then I decided, oh, I want to make an Autumn League pullover. So I put this aside and I started an Autumn League pullover, and I did that until I finished it. And then I decided through February that I was going to make a Sophie scarf and fingerless mitts for myself, fire pit mitts. And so I did that. And so I didn't come back around to picking up the Diaphanous Raglan until sometime, I think, in March or April of 2023. And then once I did, I just knit on it a little bit here and there, just steadily so that I can get it all done. But it wasn't the only thing I was knitting. So I didn't actually finish this until I think it was the end of June. Let me check. Did I write it down? Yeah, June 2023. So also, I'm really sorry if the lighting's not great. I am coming to you from Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Sorry, my hair is really bugging me today. It's so staticky because the weather is quite dry. And it's been a gorgeous day today, and we still have some sunlight now. Like when I'm home from work, we still actually have some sunlight. Usually it's already gloomy and dark, and we've had a lot of gloomy days for what seems like over a month. We haven't even had really any snow, and I love the snow because the snow makes everything look so bright, and we haven't had any. So that's also something that came into play with why I haven't recorded anything, because I just felt it was too dark. So I hope this is somewhat okay. I am trying out a new microphone that I got, and it also has one of these like lights attached to it, and so I have it on like not the brightest setting but the middle one, and I don't know, it looks more natural than the brightest one. Oh, I forgot to turn on my lights up there. Okay, we'll do that after. So anyways, sorry, that was a little sidebar, but I hope you'll still manage to see whatever I'm showing you. So yes, this is the Diaphanous Raglan by Jessie Made Designs, and I liked knitting this. I really love the way the fabric came together. I used a skein of autumn and indigo fibers. Actually, I had 2 of these, and I still have half left over, so it only used 1.5 skeins. And each skein, so 100 grams was 400 yards. So I used about 600 yards for this sweater from autumn and indigo in the colorway Whisper. Then I paired that, so that was held together with mohair, and the mohair that I had was Shibui Silk Cloud, in the colorway Ivory. And I used 2.5 skeins of this. So, I mean, you can't get this anymore anyways, but just so you know, for the amounts, each skein is 25 grams, so, and 330 yards, and I used 2.5 of them. I mean, the company is closed down now, so, which is too bad because I really love this mohair. It's so soft. It's a high silk content, 60% kid mohair and 40% silk. And I think that makes a difference for me when there's a high silk content, because the ones with the lower silk content and more mohair, I find too prickly. So, okay, I'm looking down at my notes. I actually did make meticulous notes as I was making this pattern, and I transferred them all into my book here. So I'm going to put up a little video here so that you can see my sweater being modeled. I am no model, but so you can see it being modeled, you know, and I'm not very good at styling my things. I really should try to make more of an effort. I usually just pair them with jeans or leggings, whatever I make. And then I change up my shoes accordingly. So, I mean, I'll go over that, but it is a very, I feel, delicate and feminine top. So I like to pair it with 2 different looks, like one with a pair of wide leg, high-waisted, dark denim jeans. And with those, I like to wear one of my heels, like I don't know, like a fun one, like a leopard one or a bright color, because I think, you know, feminine and then wide leg denim jeans and then delicate feminine shoes. I think I just like that sort of offset balance. And then another way I like to pair it is when I wear this top with kind of like those Spanx leggings, I guess, where they're like shiny black. I'll have them in the video here. And because I feel those are both like delicate, I like to, on the bottom, anchor it with my, like a pair of boots, like my Doc Martens. I like that heavier look at the bottom. Right now I have this necklace on just because it's what I was wearing today, and I can't find the chunkier one that I sometimes wear with this because I wanted to show you that, but it is what it is. Okay, so I knit this using different needle sizes from what was recommended in order for me to achieve gauge. Wait, did I? Yes, I. Hold on, because now I'm second guessing myself. I'm pretty sure I did. Okay, I'm so sorry. I'm back. I had to deal with something with my son. So I was right about the needle sizes, actually. I did have to use smaller needle sizes to meet the gauge. And so I knit this on my main needle for the main body was 3.5 millimeters. Then for the ribbing, I was using 2.75 millimeters. That's my bracelet sticking out. It's not my ends. I did weave in my ends. And actually for the sleeves, I used 4 millimeter needles. And I really wish I had gone a lot bigger than that, because the sleeves are what drew me to this pattern, and they're not at all the size that I wanted, but I'll get back to that after. All right, so we did the yarn, we did the needles. The yarn is superwash merino. One last thing with the yarn. So sorry, you might see, which I absolutely love. Can you see? Oh, it is picking it up. Can you see the sparkle? Let me keep turning. There are sequins all over this, tiny little sequins. And that is because I also held together, so I held together the superwash merino, the fingering, plus the mohair, plus the sequins. And these were by Lana Gatto Payette. And the color that I had used was ecru. And that's what they call it on all the websites, like wherever, I'm sorry, excuse me. Any website, any yarn store online where I've seen them, they call it ecru, but on the label they don't have the color. They call it color number 8599. Yeah, so it's just, it was a really soft ivory colored sequin, kind of like a mother of pearl, that kind of sheen to it. So the sequins are all over. Let me show you real close. Let's see. So the sequins are all over. The main body is all three of the yarns held together. And then the sleeve is just the mohair with the sequins. Okay. All right. Sorry, go through my book of notes. So I went through 6, excuse me. I used 6 balls of those sequins. They're small. There's not, each one doesn't hold too much, but anyways, I just stopped fiddling with my hair. Okay, yeah, so I cast on, I cast off. So I did make some modifications because I didn't want this to fit me as cropped as the designer had it. So for the body, I knit my body 2 inches longer than what was recommended. It was recommended 5.5 inches, and I knitted mine 7.5 inches. And then the pattern had the option, I love Jessie May's patterns, it shows you so many options. The pattern had the option of doing waist decreases or no waist decreases. And I decided that I wanted to be somewhere in the middle of that. So of course I had to make things difficult for myself. I didn't want it to just be boxy, but I didn't want it to be as cinched in as other things that I had seen. So I decided to do some decreases, but not as many as the pattern had. So I decided that I was going to let me make sense of my notes here. So I did the decrease rounds 3 times, only 3 times. There were supposed to be a lot more than that, but I only did them for 3 times. I forgot to tell you what size I knitted. I knitted the size medium. That's her 3rd size. So size medium, the 3rd size, and I used smaller needles than what was recommended. And so for the decreases, I decided to only do 3 rounds of the decreases, which would have meant that after those, doing 3 rounds of decreases meant I in total decreased 12 stitches per side. And according to the gauge, that equaled like 1 inch per side of decreasing. Then, so I did that, so it was a little bit more narrow through the body, but not as much as the pattern would have had if I did what it said to do. And then right before the ribbing at the bottom is I decided to do a rapid decrease round. So on that round, I did some math. I wanted my waist for my ribbing to be 35 inches so that it would be a bit more cinched in. And so after doing the math, I realized I would need to have decreased 42 stitches. Yeah, so 42 stitches of decreases. Yeah, so that's what I did. On that last round before the ribbing, I made sure I did 42 decreases around, and then that brought it to a measurement of 35 inches for the waist. Okay, so let me show you that. So you can see it's still roomy here. If I had followed the pattern for the waist shaping, it would have been like a lot tighter here, and I didn't want that. I wanted a little room, and then I just wanted it to cinch in a little bit before the ribbing so that the ribbing would be closer to my body. The other thing I did, maybe I did only do, is that 3 inches? 1, 2, yeah, maybe I did only do 3 inches for the ribbing. I thought I did more, but maybe I didn't. Okay, so let's talk sleeves. There are so many options for sleeves in this pattern. There's short sleeve. Let's find it. There's, okay, ruffle sleeves, short cap sleeves, bishop sleeve, and bell sleeve. So I wanted to do the bishop sleeve, which is that big balloony voluminous sleeve. That's what I wanted. That's what sold me on this pattern. And so the instructions were for that sleeve to increase your needle, whatever needle size you're using, to go up. Hold on, where is it? Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm being very bad today. I'm not super prepared with this pattern, but partially because I knit it so long ago. Okay, so yeah, if you want a slimmer sleeve, use your main needle size. Otherwise, go up 2 sizes for the balloon sleeve. I went up 2 sizes. So my main body size, I was knitting on a 3.5 millimeter, and I went up to 4 millimeter for my sleeves. And I believe that's 2 sizes, right? So 3.75 and then 4. That's what I did. And I mean, the one disappointment I have now, I still love the sweater, but the one disappointment I have is that these are not balloon sleeves. I wanted it to be like very balloony. This to me is not a balloon sleeve. I even did what was recommended in the pattern, which was when blocking it to, you know, stick a balloon and inside the sleeve and blow it up. And I did that for both sleeves. I'll show you a picture of it. I'll put a picture in at the end. And I was so hopeful that that would make them bigger, but that actually only got this to happen, because before the balloon it was like this. So whatever, it is what it is. As for the sleeve length, I mean, I have abnormally long arms. I am quite tall, but my arms are really long, so I did need to add length to the arms. So I knitted to, the pattern said 16 inches. I tried it on, realized I needed 1 more inch before doing the ribbing, so I knit the arms for 17 inches, and then I started the ribbing. And then the ribbing, I knit for 3 inches, tried it on, and it needed another inch. So I added another inch, which was about 5 rounds. So in total, my sleeves have 4-inch ribbing. Yeah, perfect. So my whole entire sleeve in total is 21 inches. Then the last thing I had to do was the neckline. Did I do that last? Yeah, I think I did that. I'm not sure now. Maybe I did that before the sleeves. I can't remember. It'll be in the videos. So I didn't want the neckline to be, I didn't want this part to be like really thick. So because I didn't want it to come up too high like this. I hate that. I wanted it to be nice and wide. So the pattern said to knit this for 1 inch, the neckline for 1 inch, and I didn't do that. I only did mine, I can't remember if I did it for 1/2 inch or 3/4 of an inch, but I should have done more. I didn't. And so once I bound off and then I tried it on, I was so bummed out. I was so defeated because this thing was like falling off my shoulders. Like it was like that. And I just couldn't, it wouldn't stay up. I was tucking it under my bra straps. It was just, it wasn't working and I was defeated. So that was sometime in June and I let it, or no, that was at the end of June and I just left it there. I thought it's summer. I don't even want to deal with this. And then throughout the summer, I decided, let me just order, like buy some of that really thin elastic thread. I don't have any, I had them here and then I tidied up and now they're in a proper place, which obviously isn't here. So I decided what's the harm? Like if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, but if, at least I tried. So I got this elastic thread and I wove it through on the inside at the bottom of the ribbing. And I just wove it through each leg there and it doesn't show through. And then I just tied it off on at the bottom of the V at the back and it worked. It held it in place. So now it just sits exactly where I want it, which is just on the other side of my bra strap. Like here's my bra strap and here's the neckline. And I love it. Okay. I think, is that everything I said? Everything I did? Yeah. So would I recommend the pattern? Yes, absolutely. I love it. I enjoyed knitting it. I didn't find it that difficult holding the 3 different strands together. I had to be careful sometimes. Like sometimes it's easy to miss the strand of mohair. And so I would find out a few stitches later, I would see that it was dropped and I just go back and pick it up. And it really wasn't a big deal. Each time I managed, or if it was around before, like I don't even know what I did. I just somehow managed to pick it up or weave it in or something so that it stayed and didn't undo the whole way. Yeah. So that's it for the notes. If you have any questions about it, like feel free to put those in the comments. Again, I really do love it. I love the little halo on it. I love how soft it is. I love the length of it. Like it's good. I wouldn't have wanted it any shorter. Like I think the pattern called for it to be like much shorter. Like it would have been like that, which, you know, still looks nice with really high-waisted pants, but it's not what I wanted. So I didn't do it. I really didn't use that much yarn at all either. So, and the pattern doesn't call for including the sequins for like the little shiny bits. That's just something I did because I wanted it. So what I think I'm gonna do at the now, like at the end of this video, is piece together all of like the photos and the little video try-ons and stuff that I did as I was making this. So it's probably going to be a little bit repetitive of what I already said, but some of it might be a little bit more accurate because it was me in the moment. And you could see it in some places like where I was excited and in some places where I just felt defeated. And it's sort of what I like to call the little roller coaster of emotions while knitting a sweater. Okay, so that's done. And I thought I would just show you these little guys because they've been sitting here since I finished them last year, probably sometime in May. And yeah, I would like to wear them. And I haven't yet. So these are just vanilla socks that I do. This yarn, I believe, well, it's definitely from Lollipop Yarn. And it's, I think the colorway was actually called 2023. It's a little bit out of my wheelhouse because I don't usually go for things with blues, but I think it's so pretty. Look at that. Her colors are the best to me. Her striping sequence, like, I hate when you can really see the jogs between the color changes, And that does not happen with lollipop yarn. Like, look at that. I also, oh, what's it called? What heel did I do? Oh, I did the shadow wrap heel for this instead of a heel flap and gusset. I've been doing those lately. Now, here's the thing. The heel flap and gusset definitely fits me a lot better. That doesn't mean that these don't fit me well. I have a couple that I've already done with, oh, I keep forgetting the name, the shadow wrap heel. And I learned how to do it from Denise from Earth Tones Girl. And I love, like, it's so fast to knit that's why I prefer it instead of knitting the heel flap and gusset. But honestly, knitting the heel flap and gusset never used to bother me. Like, it doesn't bother me doing it. It's just that it takes longer. But the heel flap and gusset definitely fits me a bit better. I find this one doesn't sort of grab all of my heel, maybe. I don't know. I have to wear them. I have to wear them a bit more to figure out what exactly it is that isn't fitting me right there. Or maybe it was just the one pair, like the first pair I made, that makes me think that. Maybe once I wear these ones more, I'll feel differently, especially because I made the leg longer here. So this is just a straight up plain sock knitting pattern. I usually do 15 to 20 rounds on the cuff. What did I do here? I don't remember because it was so long ago. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, I think I went a little bit more than 15, maybe like 18, and then I realized, and then I stopped and made the other one match. Yeah, so typically I'll do a 15 round cuff. This one's a bit longer though. And then I usually do 40 rounds for the leg, but I don't remember what I did here. This is not good. I'm being a very, very bad podcaster today. Very bad. Yeah, I can't remember. I usually either do 45 or 60 rounds. This looks to me like 45, but I don't want to sit here and count. Then the shadow wrap heel, and then I knit my length of my foot. So I'm a size 10 foot, shoe, whatever. So I typically knit the foot until it measures about 8¼ inches from the back of the heel. Yeah, right? 8¼ and then the toe takes up another 1¾ of an inch. I need to double check that. I don't remember exactly my notes for my sock that I do because I haven't knit socks now in a couple months. I went like gung-ho on them for gifts in November and December, and I just needed a break. And my notes are actually on my phone, which I'm using to record. So anyways, not a big deal. So before I go, just one last reminder, Heather Everettson, get in touch with me, DM me, or email me at fourhooksforloves@gmail.com. Title it giveaway winner in the subject line and provide me with your mailing address so I can send these little guys off to you. I will not put anything in the comments down below. I won't say a winner down there. I will not contact you ever asking you for anything, no money, no financial information, nothing. So if anyone ever does that to you, do not respond, please. Yeah, so I think that's it. So I'm going to put in some pictures and video of my process. So how the Diaphanous Raglan came to be. And and that's it. So hopefully this wasn't too long. I really just needed to bite the bullet and record just so that I get back into it. So I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions about the sweater, please let me know in the comments, or else let me know what you've been up to or what you're working on. And if you enjoyed this video and this content, please like and subscribe and hit the notification bell for when I make videos. And I hope my next one doesn't take so long. I definitely don't have a consistent recording schedule, as evidenced by this past year. But I'm going to try to be better, at least once a month. These next few might be a little more frequent because I already have the things made that I want to show. But, you know, no guarantees. No guarantees here. Anyways, yeah, like I said, like and subscribe if you enjoyed this, if you want to see more. It'll help me out. Not Instagram, but even YouTube. I'm liking YouTube, being on YouTube a lot more these days than I am on Instagram, and it's, you know, there's a lot of podcasts out there, and I like them all, and I like and subscribe to each one that I watch, and I hope that my video brought you a little happiness today, a little time to relax, and something to do, something to watch while you're knitting, perhaps. I forgot what else I was going to say. But I hope everything is well with you, and thank you so much for choosing to take a little bit of time out of your day to spend time with me, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys. Hey friends. Okay, so first of all, I've lost my voice, so forgive me. I hope you can hear me. So I spent the last few days since the last podcast trying to get through the body of the Diaphanous Raglan. Oh, tuck that in. And I finished knitting the 4 inches of the hem that I wanted. That's not what was called for in the pattern, but that's what I wanted. Excuse me. And then I thought, let me try it on before I bind off, to see if it's fitting good. And I don't know if you can see. Anyways, I tried it on a couple nights ago, and I was so disheartened. I really was not liking at all the way it fit. I felt like it was far too short, even though I already added double the length that was required from the pattern. So I didn't know what to do. I put it aside and I thought about it for a couple days, and I thought, okay, I'll probably have to go back and add length. And then I thought about it and I'm like, well, I'm not gonna add length to the rib because I don't want anything longer than 4 inches. So I'm just gonna bind it off. Sorry if you hear my kids. So I'm just gonna bind off the hem, because regardless, I won't be adding length by adding to the hem. So I'll bind it off, which I just did. And if anything, I'll have to do some sweater surgery and cut in here and add length through the midsection. Anyways, I thought I'd try it on again, just to get a look and feel how it is fitting without the cords attached, you know, since I bound off. And it's fitting much better. I guess with the cords, it was like riding up. So it is fitting much better. So I'm actually going to knit the neckline, and then I'm gonna block it. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna block it because this is all superwash yarn, and I'm thinking it's gonna grow quite a bit. I'm hoping it'll grow at least 2 inches. Anyways, so that's what I'm gonna do. And even if I get a little bit of length out of it, I think that'll be good, because I do plan on wearing it with some high-waisted pants. So just a minute. Anyways, that's where we are with the Diaphanous Raglan, and I will keep you updated on whatever I decide to do. Right now the sleeves fit a bit tight, but I think that's because I have them on the stitch holders. Yeah, I was really nervous that I had chosen the wrong size. We'll see. I'm not sure how, like, I like this here. I don't want the neckline to bring it up too much and shorten it too much. So that's why I want to do the neckline before I block it, because I know that's going to affect the length. Sorry, I keep going down too low. Anyways, okay, that's my update. I'll keep you informed. Okay, so I'm back. I have done the neckline. I've only done about, I think, 4 rounds. And I think the pattern says to knit the neckline for about 1 inch. But it also says try it on as you go, because each round cinches up the neckline quite a bit. And I definitely don't want the neckline cinched in. I like my necklines very wide open. So I'm a little bit torn right now because I don't know what to do. I'm like, okay, do I just bind it off, or do I do 1 more round and then bind it off? I like it the way it is. Part of me thinks maybe the neckline needs to be a little bit bigger, but I don't want to do it too big and then it cinches it up, and like, I won't like that. I don't know. Okay. I'm not sure. But definitely the length is good. I totally forgot that obviously I would gain some length when I attached the front to the back, because there was the, the original cast on edge there that I wasn't accounting for before. So that gave me some length, and I think probably I'll get 1 inch when I block it, so I won't have to keep doing this. I like it a lot. I want these pieces to stay down properly. But I think it's the cord around the neckline that's pulling them up right now. So I don't know. I don't know what to do. I just want to do it and get it done. I want to do it properly. And yeah, okay. So that's it. Just wanted to keep you updated. Okay, I'm doing a try on. I just finished knitting 1 sleeve to the length that the pattern suggests, and okay, 2 things. Well, first, I know I have really long arms, so that's why I'm trying it on, because I'll have to knit the cuff for about 3 inches. So I wanted to see how much more length I need on the sleeve, just about another 1/2 inch. But I'm bummed that the sleeves aren't as big as I wanted them. I wanted them very balloony. I don't get it. I went up 2 sizes. Oh well. guys, so it's taken me all summer to get around to this, but let's see, today is August, I don't even know, 22nd maybe, 23rd, I don't know, 22nd, and I finally decided that the way I was gonna fix the fact that the shoulders, like the neckline was way too big and the shoulders were going off my shoulder, was to sew in some elastic thread. So I did that along the bottom of the neckline, and I just like tied a knot when I was done, and that was it. I didn't even have to cinch it or nothing, and it is totally holding up on its own and staying over my shoulders, and I'm good. It's done. What do you think?